There she is.
Hey everybody!
What's going on?
We are live, people.
The team.
We are live. So I'll crack straight on. Welcome, guys, to the Gunman Insta Live. I'm going to be commentating on Lauren's fight. For those that do not know Lauren, she is a presenter, a content creator, and now an influencer boxer, having her first fight on February the 9th at the Indigo O2. I am here with her dream team. We have influencer boxing coach, highly rated tactician Luke Groves, and we have the lovable manager who demands nothing but the best, Juice.
I love it, man.
Yeah, come on.
I can't do a better intro than that. I hope that is okay. Thank you for coming on. Thank you.
No, thank you for having us, man. Thank you for having us. I appreciate it.
Yeah, lovely to have you all on. And it's the first time I do Insta Lives with fighters. This platform is set up for fighters to be able to share their journey. It's whether you're a first-time fighter or I have pros that have retired on here. I have referees, I have bare knuckle fighters, MMA, like anyone with a great story. I love to get these guys on and pick your brains. And I'm obviously commentating on Lauren's fight, so I'm a commentator for DKM. My name's Wesley Gunman Graham. I'm also a former champion on DKM. I've had 11 fights myself, won one of their belts. I was on the main event at the first night of champions. I think this is the third night of champions, I think. And now I've gone into commentary and I've packed it in. So I kind of know a little bit about the boxing. Yes. So I'll start with you first, Lauren. So now we've done the intros. Let's get into the juice. Not exactly the juice, but the juice.
No, we need to peep Diego in the comments, bro. Like, I'm screaming, bro.
Lauren, why do you have no fight name? We need to get your fight name.
It's difficult because I've got such a... Like, do I just go with my nickname or do I just... Yeah, so we have a comical one in the gym. But yeah, I don't know. It's just not really something that we've thought about. Do you need a fight name?
This should be one for the manager, really.
I mean,
what about Lauren Them Up Baker?
Nah, see, I'd rather just be plain Jane at that point.
What about?
I'll be throwing up before I've walked out.
I mean, if anyone watching wants to find Lauren a fight name, pump some in here. Yeah. Just some recommendations would be nice. I'm going bad them up, but
please don't do that on the live, yeah, because all I'm gonna say is whoever's ring announcing me, you can just use my nickname and I'll be perfectly fine with that.
So what we go with Loz?
Yeah, Loza.
Just Loza, yeah, that's fine. Loza, yeah, let's go with it, man.
Let's go with it. Yeah, let's go with it. So, next question quickly for you as well then, Loz. Your fight style. So, what can the fans expect to see from you in less than a week's time?
Oh, fucking there we go.
I think Luke's a better person to ask that question to. Look, I'm going in there to scrap.
Carnage.
Carnage is a fantastic explanation.
Just carnage.
Just see that?
Yeah,
pure. Just
let's speak to the coach then. Coach, what are we going to see from your fighter in 6 days' time?
I know how the fight's going to go. She's so hyper aggressive. So doesn't matter what you work on. Even in sparring, there's certain things you try and work on. You see it in her, it just goes clunk. But she's been able to manage that a lot better now. So it's like she's got good aggression, but technically better.
Yeah. I was just saying, Luke, before you jumped on, I was saying I'm always tracking fighters. I'm a bit like the IFL TV for unlicensed boxing, I guess. I'm tracking fighters from a lot, not just pros, all through. And I've got to say, the training I've seen from you guys, the improvement has been huge. And I'm taking it. I'm seeing the training in an order, in a chronological order, if you like. But I've seen, from what I've seen, the snippets, her movement, her hand speed, everything's her hand positions. Everything seems to be much better.
You know what it's come though? It's come from the weight drop as well. Like the weight drop's got a big thing to do with it. because when she first came in, she was terrible. So,
It's
but she's worked,
facts.
honestly, she's worked so hard. Like, honestly, she's worked so hard. But as the weight drops come, the hands got faster, the feet got faster, the IQ's got better. She's mentally sharper.
She looks better. So I'm going to just I'm just going to show people like what we've been dealing with here. I don't know if you can just quickly see my screen.
There she is.
For people that haven't seen her. So just
Been
a
better
quick
days. Oh, cute. Shout out Farley every time on the camera.
There's some serious work going in.
Yeah, it's been a hard camp, man. Like,
This is it
there's
glorified
no
as well, to be honest.
Yeah,
This is like, this
no
is
hard work.
It's been hard work.
Yeah, if you see me throw them 4 uppercuts, then I don't know what.
So I think everyone's got the message on it, but you've really been putting in the graft. So Juice, how did you become manager?
Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna need you to stop with the air quotes.
Okay? You know what, the air quotes are there because that's what Lauren told me.
It's not unofficial and it's saying that it's illegitimate. But here's the thing, okay? This may have been my first fighter that I'm managing, but I've had to fight my entire life. So me managing myself, technically Loza is number 2. Okay? So here we are. How did this start? Well, you know, she called me up and she said, listen, girl, I've seen your skill. I've seen how quick-witted you are. I feel like that translates in the ring because you got to use your mind. And also she's seen my waistline, which means I have a good movement. So I said, you know what? Like Luke said, she was very, very slow in the beginning. You know, we all start from somewhere. But of course, me being a well-oiled machine, I said, you know what? I may not be able to give you some of my juice, but I can help you squeeze your own. And you know, she's been just doing so great. I'm just so proud.
That's quality. Well, you certainly bring the X factor to the team. That's for sure. In the dynamic of the team, there's no doubting that. No one can ever doubt that.
There's no doubt in that at all.
Yeah,
absolutely not.
She's bringing the pizzazz,
carnage.
the sass, the X factor, the whole, you know, the class.
Shebang.
That's required.
When you really think about it, right? When you're going up and against an opponent, it's all about a mindset. It's all about attitude. Okay. Like Crime Mob said, you need to knuck. You want to knuck? Because you want to buck. Okay. It's all about a mindset. Okay. So, like, you know, it really, that's what I'm here for. To make sure that she knows. Doesn't matter if they're bigger than you. Doesn't matter if they're stronger than you. They're not juicier than you. And that's on period.
Beautifully said. That's absolutely brilliant. Next question's for the coach. How is it training her, Luke? So is she a good student, would you say? Does she listen?
honestly, on a real talk, like, she's a pleasure. She's a pleasure to work with. She doesn't moan. She gets on with it. She listens. And with some fighters, as a coach, you worry about them outside the gym because you can only control what they can do in the gym.
Yeah.
But I've got no worries with Lauren, and obviously the results shown from the weight loss and how she looks and how she presented herself. So yeah, I've got no issues with her at all. And listen, if she's not ready now, she's never gonna be ready. So
no, that's great. That's absolutely great. And you've coached you've got quite a nice CV of fighters, haven't you, in the influence game? Can you let us know who you've coached? Sorry.
Obviously Lauren, Ashley Raksu, rapper Big Tobes, Corey Sampson, Diego, who's in the comments. It's a big year, man, 2024. Yeah. So
that's brilliant.
we'll get Lauren. The plan is to get Lawrence out of the way, and then we'll talk to her manager, and then next step, hopefully Misfits.
Yeah,
definitely.
So fantastic. Yeah.
If you know what's right for you, get my girl in the ring.
Pass to Mams, Luke. See what
honestly, it's been a pleasure. She's definitely ready. So nothing that she's not going to get fitter or stronger now. So 1 week to go.
Yeah, yeah. What ring walk tune are you coming out to, Loz?
I am not telling anybody on the mains, okay? We are keeping it a surprise.
Brilliant.
A few people have leaked it too.
Yeah.
Because I got a bit excited the other day, but all I'm going to say is get ready to party.
Could you give us a hint?
We will. I will. Ready?
No.
Go on, then, let's have a look.
That's all you get.
All right, okay.
I can't wait.
Literally.
I think I know what tune that is already.
Who said there was only one? That's my question to you. Who said there was only one tune?
Well, I don't know. I was expecting a mashup. Actually, I was expecting some kind of mashup.
I can't lie. It does go hard, but it's very
iconic.
sick.
It's iconic.
Is it?
Sick.
Yeah.
I'm quite proud of my work.
Beautiful. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, it'll be good to get your authentic reaction on commentary, I think. To the...
Can you do that again then, Juice? Just give us that hint again.
See you later.
I think we're going to be here all night, actually.
Juice loves it, mate.
I
can't wait.
Say it is my specialty. Okay. I had to give her the final approval, of course. And I'm very happy with the selections that were made. I think the walkout sound actually shows what you're going to get once she steps in that ring.
Yeah. All right. I'm expecting a serious performance from you now, Loz. No pressure at all. But one thing we do know, Juice, is that as well as being a manager, bringing X factor to the team, you're a stickler on the conditioning. Mm-hmm. And when we look at here, look now, here you are here,
Christ,
right? Here you are here. Now, you're just doing a bit of an additional session outside of Luke's just to condition your fighter.
Not that hard. Not that hard. Not that hard. I promise. Breathe.
In the ring.
Trust me, tag team, bro. I'm telling you.
In the ring.
So I mean, that looked like it hurt.
I'm not gonna lie, the iconic one that actually hurt, but it made it. The video went low key viral, so it was so worth it. I'd do it again.
Luke, how did you feel about damaging your fighter's abdomen outside of your training session? I had to pull on
aside and have a chat with her and just make her realize that we do have a fight coming up.
Anything for the content.
I mean,
here's
the thing, right? Conditioning, of course, Luke does what he needs to do in the gym, but because, she's representing me, really, at the end of the day, am I?
Yeah.
The thing is that it's all about making sure she's fit, making sure she's eating the right thing, all the time, and just making sure that, she's doing what she needs to do. I don't know
what is going on.
Of course, I lead by example.
I love it.
When I can, and give that motivation when needed.
Yeah, by example.
Exactly.
Yeah. One more question for you, Jason. I've got a bit more of a coaching question coming next for you, Luke. I'm just shooting around, by the way. There's no order. Juicy, would you ever fight yourself?
Well, like the great Seeley once said, all my life I had to fight. And
can we see you in a ring? Can the fans expect to see you?
If you were to see me, you would probably see me holding a sign because for me, I'm a dainty babe. I am, I've left my street ways in the streets. This is why I've taken up the manager position now. Not because I can't. It's just sometimes you got to know when you got to let other people shine.
Yeah.
It's the newer generation's moment, and I don't want to take that away from that. You get what I'm saying? If you want to see me in the ring, someone give me a card and I hold up the rounds. Ring girl or something, be support, whoop whoop, right from the sidelines.
Yeah.
But throwing a punch or two. You see, I don't fight against flesh and blood. My God is the one who handles my battles, so I'm gonna let him continue to do that.
Yeah. So that's basically no.
Yeah. That's the American version.
There's been a lot of criticism of influence of boxing among real hardcore fight fans. Let's just face it. To be honest, nowadays, I think fight fans hate the fact that if you've got a blue tick and loads of followers next to your name, that you can queue jump in boxing. And I think we've just got to face the reality of it now as fight fans. I'm a raw fight fan myself. We've got to face, and amateur fighters hate it. You know, they hate it. You know, they're training for nothing, and these influencers are queue jumping them. And you're now training a lot of these fighters. Do you see? Why have you gone down that route yourself rather than train, young, hungry amateurs?
Bill's got to be paid, brother.
Money off him, make, he said.
But listen,
hard taffy break.
I get it, but what people don't actually have the chance is they've got a blue tick and they're who they are for a reason.
Yeah, if you can sell tickets, you can
100%.
Fight in Vegas.
That's what it's about, right? Putting bums on seats.
Yeah, so it's an entertainment game rather than an ability game now.
Yeah, that's why Misfits does so well, because if you take Raxu, for example, like them boys were grasping 12 years old, going to local Watford nightclubs, doing their gigs, turning 16, 17, 18, still going through it, then done X Factor, won X Factor. So there's a grind before it. So in my eyes, they deserve it. It's not like they just rocked up and that was it, they're getting paid a load of money to go and box. Like they built their fan base for the last 6-7 years.
Just one more question for you.
Yeah.
I always sit. I'm a commentator. I'm never biased. I'm always on the fence. But when you see, and I'm not going to name names and stuff, but when you see on the internet, you see unlicensed fights going on in gyms, and thousands of people tuning in on instalive to watch it, and there's no referee. Yeah. There's no
I don't agree with this.
Uncontrolled environment.
I don't agree with this.
And that's happened over years, not just what we've seen in recent days and weeks. Does that sometimes sicken you a little?
Yeah, for sure. Because listen, just because you've got a pair of gloves on doesn't mean it can't go wrong. You know what I mean?
But these guys have got huge following,
and the problem is of it is that's why it's always going to run. And I know. Listen, I know we're talking about that HGS Tiki-Toki the other night. Let's put it out there. Like the geezer's getting like 60k views on the live. It's crazy, but it's so dangerous.
It had 200k views. I'm not. As I said, I'm not here to criticise or anything.
No, for sure. Listen,
I fought myself. And you train fighters, and Lauren's going into a fight. Her life is in your hands.
So, you know what? I say to every fighter, but listen, it's not about money. Like, it's your health and safety at the first. That's the first thing I mean, key. Like, I will happily, pride to side, pull you out of the fight if I think you're not ready. If I see the person betting in the first round and it's going to go south, I'm putting you out.
So would you disagree with that sort of platform where you've got influencers getting the views, boosting their profiles, but we've just seen a fighter die, 23 years old, just died. Was it today or yesterday? Yesterday, 23 years old, brain injury. So I guess there's a line with this influencer stuff that it's got to be in the right environment. Is that where you're coming from?
Yeah, like Misfits, the DK show, Lauren's on. This is run properly. Like you got referees, you got the officials, you got the doctors, you got paramedics. Like it's all sanctioned. Everyone's there. But you can't just walk up to a gym. God knows what ounce gloves they had on. That's another thing. Put a pair of gloves on, not fit, don't know how to defend themselves, can't throw a straight shot, and they're getting knocked out.
I mean, Luke, the main event. So I'm just spending a bit of time with Luke here. I'll come back to you guys. But the main event, the guy looked like he was doing a front crawl. Like there was no technique, and someone's going to get hurt. Most likely.
When you've got 40 people in a gym shouting and screaming, adrenaline takes over. So that's the problem. And when the coaches can't control the fighters, to be fair, I don't think there was any coaches there.
Probably not.
No, and again, I don't want to knock the gym, and I don't want to knock anyone because that's what my platform's not about. That naming promoters and knocking the gym that was at, and all the rest of it. But I'm more interested in the safety of the fighters here when I'm
100%. Because listen, it will if this carries on, it will happen. Someone will get seriously hurt. Like there'll be a phone call to a mum. because it's not a people need to understand it's not a game.
Like, yeah, you can play.
Humans, listen, as humans, we're not meant to take hits like this. So when you're wearing 8-ounce gloves, 10-ounce gloves, listen. If you're going to do it by all means. But have paramedics there. Make sure it's sanctioned. Make sure professionals are involved. Make sure there's doctors. Make sure there's real referees.
So there was no refs. There was no paramedics.
No.
I mean, I don't even know about weights. Yeah. I don't even know about weights. Yeah, the weight, I don't know to comment.
This is the problem.
I'd imagine there was weight discrepancies.
Yeah,
I don't know that, but I just don't. Yeah, I'm on this viewpoint of view, and someone's written in here, and it's actually a promotion, DKM promotion, saying you can't compare Misfits with that shit dick dockery done on Thursday. Yeah, I mean Misfits is much more.
It's ran professionally.
Yeah,
Listen, they might not be the best fighters, but the safety's there, intact, ready. Because because the problem is you've got influencers with thousands and hundreds of thousands of followers. So if it runs, people are going to watch. If it works, gyms are going to say, "Can you come to my gym? You can use my gym for free." Blah blah blah. Can I get free promotion? They don't give a shit what happens to the fighters. They want promotion.
Yeah, I just care about the safety of the fighters.
For sure,
I've been a fighter myself. I always checked weights, and I wouldn't put myself in a fight where there was a weight discrepancy. I was really, when I was fighting, I was always, really thorough with it. Is the weight right? Yeah, sure. I always made sure there was no advantages given to my opponent.
For sure. Yeah. Listen, as much as
Lauren, as
much as we love the sport, things can change very quick.
One punch.
Yes, Lauren, keep your hands up.
Not even my hands could, but anyway, let's.
Sorry to duck in the conversation, but this is something that
I want to talk about.
It is, and this
bring it up.
100%. Yeah, it's important, and as I said, there's no safety catch on this on my interviews. I like to tell it how it is, and if people want to come after me after it, that's fine. But I never name any names, and I just want to talk about the safety of the fighters. Lauren, let's talk about safety as well. The weight cut. This is something that you've posted about fairly regularly. That you have to lose the weight.
I like to be open about it.
But now let's move to the positives of boxing. You look in a great place physically, mentally. You look really ready. I'm outside looking in, but you look ready for this fight. You look like you're in the best place physically and mentally that you've probably been in for years. I take it you're probably off the booze and you're not smoking.
Oh yeah.
You're in a good. No.
It's been difficult. There's been after parties thrown at me and all sorts, but steered clear of everything.
Yeah, but the benefits has been good for overall, isn't it? For what you're doing, you're now about to go and embark on a huge fight in a controlled environment. In a proper organisation that's going to look after you, and the weights will be checked. But can you tell the fans? The fans want to know about the weight cut and the fires that you've been telling us about.
Bruv,
what are you going to do about the fire cut?
It's interesting. Like after this fight, because the fires are still doing their thing. So look, I could really push. We're going to push the limits of it, really, but in obviously a bit more gradual after this.
Yeah.
It won't have to be so dramatic. Well, it depends obviously what opportunities come up. But we're doing well weight cut wise. We're comfy, so yeah, everything's all good, man.
Ain't no thing. Juice, we need to hear from you. Have you got a message for Lauren's opponent?
Godspeed, because you're gonna need
it. I love it.
Lauren, who's your favorite?
But also, whose side I'm on. So.
Lauren, who's your favourite fighter currently at the moment?
Ooh,
active. That's active. That's professional.
Probably, I like Caroline Dubois. I like obviously Carissa Shields, but I wouldn't say she's active. But I do like.
No, I went to her fight against Marshall. Actually, that was a good fight.
Yeah, but I'd say at the moment, like I go out of my way to watch Caroline. Obviously, there's people like Ben Whitaker, good to watch, but I probably obviously won't be learning much from him with his style. But yeah, no, I think obviously from the female division, Caroline's a good shout.
Luke, what about you? Who's your favourite fighter of all time?
All time,
All time now.
current.
All time. Anyone ever?
Obviously,
That's
listen.
hard, isn't it?
I love Tyson, man.
Yeah.
Like, if we're talking ever, like, I love Tyson because he's got something you can't ever teach.
Yeah.
And the whole story behind it with Cuss as well, I'm a big fan. But if we're talking current, it's going to be Bivol.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, he's superb, isn't he?
Yeah, Bivol is something special, man. He really is. Just
proper boxer. Yeah. Juice, if you see Lauren showboating on fight night, is that something that you'll be okay with, or do you just want an all business approach?
Listen, like I said, we're all about individuality here. We're all about making sure that we're sportsmanlike, but at the same time, people know that we're about our own business. So like I said, whatever she decides to do, I support my girl because I'm that girl. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if you see her doing an Ali shuffle when the fight's a bit close, you won't be heckling into the ring.
Man,
she needs to keep her hands up.
If she does that, she'll trip over.
100%. No, people don't understand.
We've trained on the footwork, Lauren, because if she does that, if she messes up, that's the problem. The thing is, if you're going to do it, you got to do it all the way. That's what, Lauren, that's what we've been teaching. That's what I taught you to learn. Okay? If you're going to do it, you got to go all the way. And you know what I'm saying? You can't not execute. So as long as she starts, she got to finish. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, that sounds cool then. Well, so long as she doesn't get done by a body shot. If she gets done by a body shot, then I think your P45 will be coming, Juice, after that body conditioning that you've been giving her. You know?
Listen, all I'm saying is she's well prepared on all sides.
Yeah.
And always.
Yeah. So one more question for you, Loz, before I let you guys go, because I'm conscious of your time and I'm really grateful you all jumped on simultaneously. And it's really been a pleasure to chat with you. And I can talk boxing all night, so I have to try and wrap it up at some point. Loz, what do you know about your opponent?
I don't even know if she's got a birth certificate, mate. I'm not convinced she's real. Bruv, wait, what do you know about my opponent?
Well, I've been. Listen, I'm a student of the game, right? I like to consider myself a student of the game. I'm always researching fighters all the time, and I can't find much on her. I know she's in Spain.
I know
she's
not even in the country.
Yeah, I know she was in Spain. Yeah, I know she was in Spain.
No, honestly,
I know she's smaller. I know she's smaller than.
Well, she's like an inch smaller.
Yeah, she's
38.
You're the bigger fighter. I'd expect you to have the power in this fight.
Power.
I mean, as an ex-footballer, we've been building our power for a while. So yeah, hopefully that will show.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, it's like fighting a mystery opponent.
Yeah.
So I'm quite. Yeah. I do like the trash talk. I like the back and forth, and I've kind of missed that. But at the same token, it's been a blessing in disguise because I've focused like just solely on myself and like what I'm doing. So it's kind of been nice to kind of really lock in and hold myself accountable and everything, and not put my energy into talking smack. So
yeah. One last question for you, Luke, then we'll let Lauren finish up. So, Luke, how are you finding that preparing when you've got very little footage of the assignment?
Because these influencers don't know how good they've got it. Because when you box in the amateurs, you just turn up. You know who you're fighting. You're in a room of 60 men, and you ain't got a clue you're fighting. So I said to her, I said, it's literally like an amateur fight. There's what she said there is perfect, as in spot on, as in saying about she can't put her energy into her own opponent.
Yeah.
Because she's fully focused. But yeah, it always baffles me about, I want to know my opponent, I want to know their height, their experience, blah, blah, blah. Mate, I wish I had that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But she's very she's chill with it. So I've got no issues whatsoever with what's going to happen. So
I mean, I think usually speaking, if you don't know your opponent, getting behind the jab, hiding behind your jab, or getting behind your jab, as you know as a coach, that's always like first.
Yeah, 100%.
Cool. If you don't know anything on your guy,
we're not
You got,
we're not going out there
yeah.
stupid. We're going,
You don't get, if you don't know your guy, you don't get in a gunsling, do you?
Yeah, you use exactly that.
Yeah, if you don't know your guy, you got to go in behind the jab for sure. To be honest with you, you should be going in behind the jab with every fight, as you know. But that's the thing about boxing. You know, even in a professional gym, you still hear keep your hands up,
Of course.
chin down. You still hear these things. You know,
Basics.
like to the pros, to top level fighters, you still hear keep your hands up, chin down, jab, get behind your jab, use your jab more. It doesn't matter how good these guys are. You know, I've seen professionals. The coach is still shouting, you get behind your jab, use your jab, hands up.
Sometimes you can get so good that you forget about the basics.
Mm, yeah, absolutely.
So when that first bell comes out with overhand right, tonight wasn't me.
Bruv, the first right hand I throw is going to be intentful.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
So I'm going to let you guys shoot because I know the boxing's on and I'm recording it and I'm going to catch up on it now.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming on. You've all been an absolute pleasure. I just want a final message from the fighter herself. I hope to see you on fight night anyway. I will see you. I'll be commentating, but I try and get in behind the when everyone's warming up. I try and come around and say hello to everyone. But can we have a final message to your opponent who's drinking sangria in Spain?
My mystery opponent.
What have you got to say to her? Look down the camera and tell her that you're going to.
I don't even know, man. Like this is techie. This is a techie one.
Say what's in your heart, Lauren.
That's your chest as well.
Bruh, I'll just tell you good luck. This is gonna be your POV. Okay?
Your POV.
That's all I've got for her.
Look,
I respect her. There's been some back and forth on Twitter today about, you know, certain fighters wearing heavier gloves than me and Maria. So my respect for Maria went up today because there's certain people on this card that have let me not say too much. But yeah, there is respect for her, but as soon as I'm in the ring.
Yeah, that's a POV. Actually, we will finish with the manager. Manager, can you give us a prediction for fight night? 6 days time. What is going to happen?
I think we're going to start off slow. I give it 3 rounds max.
It's a 3 round.
It's a 3 round fight, isn't it?
3 rounds.
Oh. Well, there you go.
What contract did you get?
There you go.
Bro, like
I love it, man. I love it.
There's been a lot of well wishing from the fans. Loads of big ups to Lauren and the team. I haven't been able to read them all out, but thank you for everyone that's participated in watching in. I will be posting this interview up on my YouTube channel and I'll send it out for anyone who misses this and wants to catch up on it. Thank you so much, guys. Have a fantastic evening. I will see you all fight night, and I'd love to stay in touch with you guys and follow your journey moving forward, Loz, when you start fighting more and more. I definitely want to keep my eye on you and see your journey unfold.
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, guys.
Love.
Take care. See you later.
Take it
in a bit.
easy.